Hey, I would like to show you how to splice together a series of clips of a sport or organization to make a quick presentation slideshow, which would be nice to have some visuals for our news. So I'm doing tennis because I recorded the Rockwall versus Heath tennis game. Notice I put them on our news drive. I put them in the folder tennis, and I named the game and the date. It was October 22. And then each thing has its own name. And then on some of them, I went through and named exactly what is good about each one. So, of course, if you don't have it, you need to download it. And so you're going to click that arrow, choose download. It's going to download as a zip file. You'll find it in your downloads folder on your computer. Zip files need to be double clicked to open them. And then they'll appear just like a folder like this so that you can then go through and start your edits. Now, I opened Premiere. I'm going to do a new project. I'm going to make sure that that doesn't save there because I'm never going to find it in folder 22. So I'm going to back to Documents, and I'm going to just right here, and it might be good to make a folder for it, but I'm just going to call it Tennis Heath Splice. I'm making an edit which hopefully we can use the first time, talking about they played against Heath. Here are some shots from the game. And then in the future, we could add or adjust some and just use it as general tennis shots. So always think about, can you use your material in multiple ways? Because you don't want, you just want to make the most of your work. Okay, so I said it would be in your downloads folder. I actually uploaded mine, so I'm just dragging it from my desktop into Premiere. And really, you aren't doing anything that we haven't done with our previous camera practice alpha assignments. You are trimming the A-roll, lining it up, adding effects, and adding a title. But you're trying to tell a story with it. So I want to start with a shot of a serve because that's how tennis starts. But I'm just skimming these, and I'm looking for anything that makes Rockwall look good. That's boring. Maybe this. I'm going to mark an endpoint right here before she hits it. Come over here. That's pretty good because Heath ended up losing that one. So I'm just dragging that down. I for endpoint, O for outpoint. Most of these, it looks like Heath gets the point, so you don't want to take it to the very end. But you do want to get us returning the serve. So maybe 2 right there. Oh, outpoint. Okay. I'm just going to make this move so I have more space to look at my stuff. And really, I'm just getting the best of the shots. Here's a serve, so this may be a good one to start on. It ended up being out. So that's kind of boring. We can't see the person returning. But let's just go ahead and make that our start. Okay. I'm going to hold down Command so that it puts that in front of everything and moves everything else back. Okay. Go into this. Notice sometimes I shoot back and forth trying to get the whole game. Other times I go in closer. Shooting back and forth gets a lot of back and forth, which is agitating for the viewer. And most of the time I can't keep up. So it's probably best just generally to find a spot, find a subject, and stay focused on it instead of flipping back and forth. But you need to think about that when you're shooting. What would be best to do in this situation? I'm holding Command. Okay. So stick that one in the front because I think that's a better start. I got 24 of these, and I'm not going to make you watch them all. I want to show you a few new things. One, we want effects because we're splicing this together. So we want to go to Video Transitions. I'm going to try the zoom. Once you find one that you like, let's say the cross zoom, I'm going to show you what it looks like. It looks like this. That's probably not a very good one. Let's go with the white. I don't like that one either. It may end up just needing to be a standard cross dissolve or a push. Yeah, I don't like that. Looking for the push. And if you can't find anything, remember you can type right here. There's the push. Okay, does that look good? I'm not crazy about it, but we'll pretend I am. When you find one that you like, you can right-click on it and say Set Selected as Default Transition. Then what you do is you highlight everything and press Command-D. And it applies it between every clip that was highlighted. So now you have that copied to each thing and you don't have to drag it back. That's only if you don't want to change it. If you want to change it and customize it, you can. Remember that each different effect adds to render time, and often you don't want effects. But if you're splicing together footage, sure. We may want music. We'll put it down on this track if we get it. I may not have time to get music. But we want this to be no longer than 1 minute or 30 seconds. So I just want to find the best, have some transitions, and then I want a title. I've talked about click here, click on here, and you can make a title. I want to do it that way. That way I can customize it the way I want. Okay, so it's going to be Rockwall V versus Heath Tennis, October 2022. And now I'm going to go up to Effect Controls. I'm going to choose a font that I like better. Ugh. I need a stroke that's a different color. Well, I better not do it Heath color. I also don't want burnt orange. There we go. Okay, how's that look? Looks like I can thicken up that stroke. So I'm double clicking. Where is the stroke? Right here. Okay, yeah, that's cool, except it only applied to the bottom line, which I think it's more important to apply it to the top line. And let's go ahead and make the font bigger on the top line. So you can see how we're customizing this. Okay, and I also want to transition. I'm going to push that out and push it back in. Don't forget to include credits. So if you got the music from somewhere, you share where you got it from. You can see how it's blocking. I'm going to get my arrow and move it down out of the way, or up out of the way. Probably up would be best. But now you can see October is really hard to see, so I may need to change that. I may want to push all this back, and to push everything back, this button will push everything from that point on back. That way you don't miss anything. And now I can have the title. And I really need to work on transitions. So I'm going to find a good transition and apply that. Let's try additive dissolve. Nope, ugly. Gonna take a while. I'm thinking about 3D motion. Okay. Cube spin may make sense. This. Yeah, that's better. Okay, I'm gonna make cube spin my default. Right click. It's running slow. I don't want this video to be too long, but you know how it goes. I need to file save. I need to file export, media. Okay, I was going to say, if it doesn't export, then you just need to mark in and out points on your timeline. You don't want to leave that quick time. You want it to be H.264. It's going to be a smaller file. Quicker export. Make sure you know where it's going. Where is it going? In my documents. Okay. Export. It's good to add edit at the end or something so that you know it doesn't save over your original clip, because if it did, it will end up saving over that first clip that I put in this track, which would be a disaster. And from here, you upload it to our news drive folder. You get the link and you post it where relevant on our jacket news slides. So I'm going to go ahead and make the jacket news slide because we need to refer to this. It's going to be back in tennis. I can never find tennis. Okay, tennis. I'm pasting edit right here. Oh, I never uploaded it. So that's what I would do. I'd get the link and paste it right there. Write your way into it, get the link, and then people are going to be able to use it in the footage. So great. That's how it's done. And it's just extra practice of your edit skills. It makes our news better. It may be something where I require one person to represent each organization. So just be on the lookout for that.